What's up, Wizards? It's Dev, back again from SBMTG. More and more spoilers for Magic Origins coming at us today. Some of these mostly limited, but a couple of them I think are pretty standard playable, especially one. And I'm going to go ahead and start off with that one. Why waste time? This is calculated dismissal. Control players, you wanted your big card, your counterspell, your something for control, and this is probably one of the best things you're going to get. Probably the best thing you're going to get. I don't know if people are down on this card or not. They literally just spoiled it, and then I got up and started recording. But yeah, I think it's pretty darn good, especially in a format where people are saying, you don't even need the Dragons mode on Silumgar scoring like 70% of the time. So them having to pay 3 times that much is really good. Plus you get to scry 2. Do you understand? Scrying 2 in control is absolutely bonkers. Especially, usually when you counter something, it's their turn. You're about to draw the card you're scrying into. It's just... This card, I think, is fantastic, and I hope you're happy, control players. Don't nitpick this card too much. This card is fantastic. I know it's not Mana Leak. It costs a whole mana more than Mana Leak, putting you a turn ahead, or a turn behind Mana Leak. So I understand how that's bad, but let's not compare it to Mana Leak. Just look at it at its, by its own merits. It's a fantastic card. You're gonna be playing it, so awesome. Now let's talk about some limited cards. Got that out of the way. Let's talk about Anchor to Aether. Very good limited card. We'll probably see no constructed play because of the sorcery clause on it. Let's go ahead and get this done. We got Patrick Starfish coming back, the Sigiled Starfish. People are going to be really excited about him. He's got a fan base. There's Suppression Bonds, which is basically Fate's Fetters without the 4 life, which is kind of boo. We've got Kithian's Tactics, which I'm not entirely sure is better than some of the other things we have in the format that do this for mono white. We have, what is this? Amarin Tactician, which I'm not entirely sure about. I think it's probably decent in limited, but I'm not even sure about that. 4 mana 3/3 is usually good in limited. It's got a decent ability if you're just in the sort of limited aggro deck, especially the draft soldiers deck. Does this go into the actual soldiers deck? I don't think so. I mean, there's some stuff we can play at the 4-drop slot that's better than this. Hint, hint, Cathions Irregulars. So I'm just not really seeing this in the standard soldiers deck. We have Consul's Lieutenant. This is what we've been waiting for. People have been saying, can we make mono white soldiers? People have been saying that in the comments of my videos. Is there a mono white soldiers deck? Yes, I think that now we can safely say there's probably a mono white soldiers deck. This isn't the honor of the pure or whatever that we were looking for, but it is a very good card, I want to say. A classic white knight type creature with the right soldier, or the right creature type this time. And I like it without the renown for the most part. And once you trigger renown, it's freaking nuts. So yeah, we will play this as a key piece in soldiers if we want to try and make that a deck. So stay tuned for that. Sure, we'll be building that sometime in the near future. I really like this guy. You can't tell though, right? Here's Totem Guide Heartbeast. He's, pretty fair, I guess. I guess in limited you can go tutor and aura up. I'm just not really sure we're going to be doing that in standard anytime soon, Here's Screeching Scab. This guy's back, you can mill yourself for 2 and get a 2 mana 2/1. Hold stuff off while you mill yourself and try to get things in the graveyard. We got Delve in the format. There's a couple of things you can, get spell mastery off this guy. I don't know how many decks actually want to do anything like that outside of limited play again. But, he's a cool little solid, well-designed guy. Here's Bone to Ash, yet another reprint. We've seen a lot of reprints just in the stuff I've already talked about, by the way. But Bone to Ash, don't know why. Just please give us Essence Scatter eventually. Is it like too good? I don't think so. Just give us Essence Scatter back. Although this will see some limited play. I don't know how far this will ever go in constructed. But it's fine. It's fine in limited. It's a counterspell. It's not the best counterspell of the day or anything, but it's counterspell. Here's Knightly Valor. Don't much care for it. In limited you get, value on a dude plus a guy. That's not horrible, but outside of that, you'll never play this card. Acroin Sergeant, another interesting dude. We don't get to see his PT. I love how they've been doing that this spoiler season. Yeah, honestly, I think he's probably a 3/1. It wouldn't surprise me if it was a 3/2, turning him into a 4/3, which is sort of a trend in this set, I guess we'll say. But I do kind of like him, I'm sure this guy has 3 power. I'm sure. If he has 4 power, that's crazy. Like if he's a 4/1 with Renown 1, like that that would be cool, and I hope that happens, but I'm not really seeing that as he's uncommon. But either way, I mean, I think that the dude's really interesting. We'll have to wait to see how good he really is, though. Here's Sigil of Valor. It works like Exalted, and I think it might be cool. Obviously no, like, constructed play or anything, but a fine card. I'm not really sure about Limited either. I mean, we are looking for some good equipments in Limited, but maybe, I doubt it, but I'm just not really feeling this altogether now that I think about it. But, you know, Commander. Here's Guardian Automaton. Don't like him. Don't have to say much about him, to be honest. Maybe, again, in the Limited Artifacts deck. Maybe, possibly. I'm not even sure about there. We do like 4-mana 3/3s in Limited most of the time, and this does net you some sort of, you know, some small value when it dies. But, you know, overall, I'm just not a huge fan. And finally, we ran through these today. We got Call of the Full Moon, and this is a very interesting card here as far as the design goes. We can't play any other spells the turn we play this, or we will sacrifice it at the beginning of the next upkeep. Of course, we could always play this, and then a Titan Strength or something like that, you know, swing in with a creature. Don't care if we have to sacrifice it next turn. There's, you know, they could always play 2 spells on their turn, and then you have to sack it, so there's a problem there. But it is 2 mana for 3 power and trample, which is not horrible. It's really not that bad. And of course, if you can keep it stuck for a couple of turns, it's not bad. And aggro only needs it to be stuck for 2 or 3 turns. Now, that might be a little hard because in aggro, especially today's aggro decks, you don't want to be stuck with a card that, you know, oh, it can only play 1 creature or 1 combat trick and nothing else per turn. You don't necessarily want that, but you can get immediate, you know, power out of this card and swing with it. That's not horrible. The trample's not bad either. I'm just not really sure overall about this. I'd like you guys' opinion on it. The design on it, so interesting. I'm really intrigued by it. Will aggro decks play this card? I like playing aggro, and I've played a lot of mono red aggro this season, and I'm just not sure this would go into what I've been doing. So, but again, mono red and red white heroic decks have been trying to be a thing. Naya heroic has been trying to be a thing. So this might go in. Naya heroic, I'm not entirely sure about. Red white, maybe, but I think Temur Battle Rage is probably a better card than this. At this point, I'm battling. I do want to know how you feel about it, though. That's all I got for today, guys. Look out, I'm putting up Goblins tonight sometime. It might be up wherever you are in your time zone by tomorrow morning, so look out for it. I'm Dev from SBMTG. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Please hit thumbs up and let us know how you feel about these, or if we missed anything, or if you see something crazy that nobody else sees. That's always cool. Subscribe for the deck techs and the news and the origin spoilers. Set reviews coming up soon. We got a lot of work to do, and I hope that you all enjoy it. Appreciate you all for watching. Thanks for being here, my wizards.